Hello and welcome back to HLS Crypto. My name is Dan. So today we're going to be talking about Casper with the C. Can Casper CSPR 100X? Watch this. Before we get into the video, I just want to have a look at this as well. This is a little bit of a news story. Wall Street giant Morgan Stanley believes that the crypto winter is over and Bitcoin's next halving will kick off a bull run as it has in the past in a recent report titled, Will Crypto Spring Ever Come? Now, I fully believe that the halving will kick off and will signal the catalyst for the beginning of the bull run to come. What I don't like is when Wall Street giants or Morgan Stanley or anyone in that regard starts saying that crypto winter is over, because normally when something appears in publications, mainstream publications particularly, it's normally maybe a little shakeout. Maybe we're going to see prices go lower before they indeed go higher. I know that crypto's having a bit of a pump today, and it's understandable a lot of people are excited. So CSPR, this is from a Q&A from BitGet. It's not the actual, I don't want to go through the whole Q&A, but what I want to go through is some of the graphics here. So it's the only blockchain, this is Casper, the only blockchain built for businesses, fully customizable from the infrastructure layer up, and smart contracts can be upgraded, built to flexibility in mind, enabling businesses to adopt blockchain as needs change. Casper is a leader in energy efficient standards for blockchain usage, the market's most secure layer one blockchain, and built to scale with your business. The most accessible blockchain for the 25 million plus worldwide developers who don't already code in Solidity, which can be, you can get up and running and building on Casper in just 4 weeks, which is immense. Another thing I wanted to show you was this. Casper offers flexible development options. So you've got a private, a hybrid, and a public offering here. I think that's really, really good. Casper can easily transition from private to hybrid to public network deployments. So I think that's going to help. I think it'll definitely help with its scalability. And then a bit further down, this. So first generation blockchains against Casper. In the first generation blockchains, we had fundamental compromises. Faster platforms sacrifice decentralization and or security to achieve speed, whereas Casper can scale without sacrifice. It's fully decentralized, truly scalable blockchain designed for real-world speed and security with sustainable energy usage. Complex code, so smart contracts, are tricky to build and verify, resulting in inaccessible and unexpected outcomes, whereas Casper is low risk and easy to use. Familiar tools, open architectures, and expert support make it simple to develop with Casper. Then you've got unsustainable fees. So volatile gas prices and blockchain fees make it impossible for businesses to budget for their future, while uniform pricing limits flexibility. So, you can't have a set price because gas fees can go up so high or down so high. There's no sort of regularity to that, whereas Casper's sustainable cost, a public software platform developed with transparency and sustainable pricing. First generation blockchains had archaic and static tooling. Proprietary languages, tools, and methods have a steep learning curve, slowing adoption, complicating updates, and accumulating tech debt down the line, whereas Casper is future-proof, upgradable infrastructure, powers that enduring and equitable innovation. Now, the final thing I want to show from this is the Casper ecosystem. It's huge and it's growing every day. And we'll have a look now why we think it could 100x. But just before we do that, there's just one last thing I want to talk to you about Casper itself. Why wouldn't you choose CSPR? CSPR is plug and play, offering comparability with existing tech stacks. So no need to rewrite code or learn new coding languages, which I've said before. If you can make it easy to transition onto something from somewhere else and make that transition seamless, then it's going to do a lot better. So what is Casper? A hybrid modular blockchain built with enterprise adoption in mind, but not only for enterprise, which means it can onboard a lot of regular people as well as businesses. Why clients choose Casper? Optimizes adoption with developer-friendly languages, allowing companies to utilize existing devs for their blockchain projects. Implemented the Acta standard, making Casper the leading solution for financial smart contracts. Unique and valuable features for businesses such as predictable fees, upgradable contracts, and privacy flexibility. And its adoption happening. So partnerships with IBM, massive, Amazon, massive, and over 40 non-disclosure agreements with enterprise clients, including others from the F500, part of the largest blockchain deployment in history, IP patent tokenization. Now, if we look at Casper itself, right now, it's at just over the 3 cents mark. So for it to 100x, you're looking at $3. Is that possible? Well, I actually think it is. I'm not saying we're going to have to hold out for that, because I said before, I'll be layering out as soon as my price targets are hit, which is a bit down the line yet. But its total supply at the minute is 12 billion. If we compare that to someone like Cardano, who's got 45 billion, and then HBAR, who's on 50 billion, Now, what I think is key to this is that if you look at the market cap of, so if CSPR had the current market cap of H bar, it would be 14 cents, which is around about just under a 5x. But if it had H bar's all-time market cap, it would be 19.5x, sitting at a prices of around 60p. Now, I know H bar and I know ADA, they're different projects in different ways, but I think it's interesting to see how the weight of the money could come into these markets and how Casper could be adopted. So if we looked at that and then looked at H bar's market cap, ADA's market cap, 26 would be for ADA's market cap now, making 80 cents Casper. But if we look at ADA's all-time high, it'd be 269.8x, making Casper $8.29. Now, I don't think it's going to go to $8.29, but what I do think is that we could just do half of that market cap. If we did half that market cap, what would that be, like 47.5 billion? I think there's a possibility for that. I generally think there's a possibility for that based on the fact that there's going to be more and more eyes and more money and more internet users coming into the sphere. So if we look at that in a bit more detail, how many people had access to the internet in 2021 compared to now? So in 2020, in one of the accumulation phases, there was 4.5 billion internet users. In 2021, that hit 4.9 billion internet users. And currently in 2023, we're at 5.3 billion internet users. Now, internet user statistics at a glance gives us some interesting things here. So there are currently 5.3 billion internet users in the world as of 2023, meaning over 65% of the world's population has access to the internet. The number of internet users is expected to reach 6.54 billion by 2025. So that's another couple of billion from our 2020, 2021 amount of users on the internet. So 2 more billion sets of eyes on not only the internet, but also would then be looking, a percentage of them, a portion of them will be looking at blockchain. They'll be looking at crypto. They'll be wanting what the buzz is. They'll be wanting to know all about it. I mean, it might be too late in 2025 because that's probably when people are going to be, like people like us, who are going to be selling to the people who are coming in late. Obviously, that's how it works. As I've said before, it is player versus player. But it is interesting to take that into consideration. And then if we look at this, which is the number of crypto users from 2016 to 2022. I don't want that bit there. Let's try and get rid of that if we can. I'll just quickly refresh this page just 1 second just to see if that makes a difference. But it's essentially about 400 million users. So we can't actually see the stats for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it might say here. But it's about 450 billion, I believe, users on cryptocurrency. Now that's quite a lot. It's small if you consider it to the population of the world, but it's quite a lot. But one thing that is interesting about this is that's going to get bigger. So if you apply the 43% year-on-year growth average the internet saw to cryptocurrency, shows that the sector could reach 1.2 billion users by 2025. And even at the 17% growth average the internet experienced between 2002 and 2006, the crypto industry could see over 900 million users in 2025. Now, I think it'll probably be closer to the 1.2 billion because a lot of the time I've found that the internet bubble took a lot longer to really get going, and it took a long time to get mass adoption. Things that have come subsequently from that, things like blockchain, things like cryptocurrencies, have come a lot quicker, and I believe that will just speed up over time, making it a compounding effect. So if the internet, or if crypto users in general reached 1.2 billion users by 2025, you can see how a lot more eyes could be on Casper. And I certainly think that 100x is more than plausible. And I know that sounds insane. But if you just think about it in sheer numbers, the total supply of Casper, and I know it does increase year on year, but it still won't be as many as what ADA and as what HBAR have in their circulating supply and their total supply at the time. So it is something worth thinking about. Only 12 billion at the minute. Maybe, upwards of 13 billion by the time the 2025 bull run comes. So to make that a $3 Casper, that's more than plausible. Could it go to $5? Again, it's plausible, but I'll be layering out. As soon as we hit the $1 target, I'll be looking more at like what we can get from there. But there's no question that given what I've just said to you, that Casper could easily, in my opinion, 100x. Now, I know that's crazy. I mean, I'm happy with 20x, 30x, that kind of level, because that's where I'm trying to get my bags to, hit them certain targets, try and make life-changing money, which I want everyone to do. And I wouldn't advise anyone to hold out for long 100x's. Have a plan in place. If you want that 1 to 5% of your bag to go and chase that, then by all means do that. That's the sort of thing I would be looking to do. But I want 95% of my Casper out well before that. But 100x, is it possible? In my opinion, yes. Yeah, I think it actually is, which surprised me slightly. But the more I dug into the deep dive of the numbers and looked into how much more adoption crypto's getting, how much more internet users we're going to be getting in the world, it's definitely worth considering. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining me once again on this crypto journey. Wherever you are in the world, have an absolutely great day. Have a great evening. I wish you all the very best. And as always, we'll see you again tomorrow. Take it easy. Goodbye.